That's a good thing he's not watching this.
So either I'm getting yelled at or you're getting yelled at, Ed.
It's definitely not me.
Yeah, it's definitely not you. Why don't you explain what's going on in that photo right there? You don't need to talk about what happened that day. Just who is that?
Yep. It's Jason, ladies and gentlemen.
That is Jason.
That's Jason right there. So
that was one of the roughest days she's probably ever had.
Yeah. We'll say that she got through that day, and we'll leave it at that.
Let's just say it went through. We'll just say that.
Yeah, it went through.
Yep.
Yep. God. Went in and went out. So we'll call it.
All right, just stop it there. Stop it there. I mean, at this point, I might as well just say what it was.
Yeah. They don't need to know. It's not their business.
No, they don't. No, they don't. Well, here we are, guys. Today is Sunday, June 3rd. Last day of June, Ed.
Thank God.
Yeah, last day of June. I mean,
thank God.
We're going to talk about something during. Well, I mean, the main topic, I should say, during this video, I mean, we're going to be talking about, the presidential debate and our thoughts on, Biden, Trump. So,
yeah, the presidential debate. I mean, we can make it a video if you want.
And I know you would just no further. I mean, honestly though, and honestly, when I was sitting there watching that, what day was it? Thursday? Yeah. Nah, just is that what we got? That was the only thing that was in my mind. Is this what we have?
It's what we got, Z. It's what we got.
This is what we got.
This is what we got.
So
you won't vote anyway, so I don't know why it matters to you.
And I'm definitely not voting this year. That's for sure.
Yep. Again, you're part of the problem.
Again, guys. I mean, notice how Ann doesn't laugh about this stuff. He gets really tight.
Yeah, I get really tight.
So, anyways, I mean, I don't know what your thoughts were about it. I'm not gonna give any thoughts about it. That's not our channel. But it was an absolute joke. It was an absolute joke. It was a waste of time to watch.
What else do you expect?
Yeah, well. Well, this isn't about the election. This isn't about, N's neighbors living and breathing Trump. This isn't about N having a Trump flag on his front yard.
You're right.
Tell me I'm wrong. I'll pull out the picture. I
didn't put it there.
Yep. We're gonna be talking about NBA free agency.
Yeah.
NBA free agency, which is honestly, and I view NBA free agency in two ways. One, it's always probably the most exciting free agency of any sport. But two, it's the biggest joke.
You think NBA free agency is the most exciting?
I think so. I think it's up there.
More in the NFL?
Yeah, I would say so. Yeah, I mean, there have been some NFL off seasons that are a sleep fest.
Okay.
And every NBA offseason is good. But the only thing I don't agree with is giving this guy $250 million and giving this guy $250 million. It's just
yeah. No,
it's just awful.
Yeah. No, it is. We'll get into it. It's there's already been a couple bad contracts out there. So we'll get into that. Yeah, NBA free agency, aside from NFL, is definitely the most interesting, most active. You could definitely make a case NBA free agency is more how I want to say, more quantity and has more substance to it than what the NFL does. Like the NFL free agencies, so much of it happens in like 1 or 2 days.
Yeah.
NBA free agency, a lot happens, but also there's multiple other movements and moving pieces that happen over really the course of July for the most part. So, you can definitely make a case that the NBA free agency is more exciting. The only thing is just not being like, I like to see the moves that are happening. I like to see who's going where, what teams are doing what, but also there's also a hindrance there for me because I'm not integrated into the NBA as I was 10 years ago.
Yeah. Well, I mean, also something we're not going to talk about is the draft. Yawn.
Well, that was just waste time.
Just yawn.
Well, we can have one well, I actually kind of want to catch your thoughts on it because we haven't really
Obviously,
talked too much the last few days. Uh,
yeah, obviously.
really,
Oh, go ahead.
yeah, good. But
No, I was just gonna say. I mean, obviously, everyone's gonna know what the topic's gonna be.
right.
For
Well,
the NBA
and you know
draft.
what's sad, Z, is that you look at what this is the first time ever where a number 55 overall pick was the story coming out of the NBA draft
Yep.
over the first overall pick. Who, Z, would you say that this was the least story driven first overall pick of all time?
And the guy doesn't speak an ounce of English.
Well, it's like knowing that you were named after me.
Yeah.
Yeah, like this draft this year. Like I know some names just because I follow college basketball more than Z does. So like I know like Reed Shepard and McCain and Filipowski and Collier and yeah, all those guys. Edie. So like I'm familiar with some names in the first round, but again, it just the lack of investment was there, and just really the top of the draft was just so dry, and
Yep.
so many of these guys don't play in front of an American audience that are getting drafted nowadays. They're playing over in France. They're playing over in Slovakia. They're playing over in Italy. They're playing over wherever. Lithuania. Who knows? They're playing freaking all over the place, these guys. So it was definitely a very underwhelming draft for sure. And I think there's just no star power in the draft this year.
There's not.
There's not.
There's not.
Looking at the draft, to me, it's just hard for me to see a superstar come out of this draft, Z.
Well, yeah. I mean, we're not gonna go into breakdown predictions on seeing if a superstar comes
Like
out.
you can have like maybe some solid players or some solid role players, but like there's no star. There's no guy coming out of the gate like Wemby last year, for example.
Yeah.
So, but with that said, obviously the biggest story out of the draft was LeBron's son.
Yep.
Going 55.
Yep.
And before the draft, it was said that his agent, who's LeBron's agent, was telling teams to not draft him other than the Lakers and the Suns.
Yeah, the Suns.
Yeah.
God, I would have been so pissed.
Jeez.
Just for this video, I put my Sun shirt on today.
What's that say?
It says Stay 48.
Stay 48. When'd you get that?
I
don't think I've ever seen you wear that.
I don't really wear it too often.
When'd you get it?
Probably a couple years ago.
This is the first time I've ever seen you have it on.
And I've had it for a long, long time. I'm pretty sure I've worn one of our videos before.
Don't remember. But anyway.
Yeah, even Bronny.
Yeah, even when the draft was going on, when it was starting to get to 55, Rich Paul was telling teams if they draft Bronny, he's playing Australia. If it's not the Lakers, the Suns, he's playing Australia. So he was threatening teams to not pick him. Well, anyway, who wants him anyway?
Yeah.
Guy's ass.
4 points in college.
Yeah. So the guy played at USC last year for one season. He missed the beginning part of the season due to a cardiac problem. But the fact that we all know why this guy was drafted, Z.
Yes, we do.
And the fact that you have people out there, like analysts, say that this pick doesn't have anything to do with LeBron. This was a business decision. This is blah, 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 blah. The only reason why he got drafted was because of his father. Simple as that. I don't care what anybody says. Stop overthinking it. Stop looking into the details. Look right in front of you. Open your eyes. The only reason you're telling me if this guy didn't have James as his last name, you're telling me this guy's getting drafted?
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. This guy would be a This guy wouldn't even see the floor on UConn. So we all know the reason why he was drafted. And Z, what are your thoughts on the Lakers take him at 55? We all knew that was going to happen. And really just I don't want to say privilege, but really just the whole thing of you just look at kind of the power LeBron holds. and you look at maybe there honestly should have been a kid out there that maybe that should have got drafted over him
Yeah. Well,
at 55.
yeah. So this is one of the pictures that Bleacher Report posted on Twitter, which is a pretty crazy photo. This photo makes everybody feel old.
Oh,
Every
absolutely does.
Yeah, it makes everybody feel old. I mean, we've all been watching
Was that
LeBron so long.
2007?
Yeah, I mean, it's got to be right.
Yeah.
We've all been watching LeBron so long, and I feel like we've all watched freaking Bronny grow up, like we've all watched freaking Jaden Smith grow up.
Geez, Bronny still looks like this. Like just the exact same face, just minus the cornrows.
So, and here's the thing, it's always been a players' league. It's been a players' league for a long time now, and LeBron is the epitome of that. He runs the team. He is the coach. He is the owner. He is the GM. So, Ed and I have our mixed opinions about LeBron and how, like, the latter part of his career, things have gotten more political. Things have gotten a lot more loud off the court, which why a lot of people don't respect him anymore. And we're not even talking about the people who don't respect him because people think he's the GOAT. That's an on the court conversation, which is a fine conversation to have. Off the court, yeah, I mean, there's been times where it's like, you've ruined the team. You won a championship in the bubble, a freaking Mickey Mouse run.
Yep.
And you think about all the young players he traded away just because he wanted Anthony Davis, and he wanted God, who else on the team in the 2020 year? He wanted J.R. Smith on the team. He wanted Russell Westbrook on the team. So he wanted Carmelo on the team one year. I mean, just the Bronny pick. I was trying to find an example because I saw it on Twitter the other day, is that there was somebody that Bronny played with at USC. I don't know his name, but the guy averaged like 17, 18 points a game, and he went undrafted. It was literally a side-by-side picture of Bronny and his teammate. Bronny averaged 4.5 points last season in college, and his teammate averaged like 18. And the teammate went undrafted.
Right. Explain that.
I mean, that really alone. Now, I'm not sitting here saying Bronny's not talented. I'm not sitting here saying his brother, what's his brother's name? Bryce. Yeah. I'm not saying Bryce isn't talented, but there's not much more to it than he only got drafted because of his name.
100%. And anybody that says otherwise is a joke.
The Lakers only drafted him because they probably assume that bringing him onto the team, LeBron's going to return.
Right.
Now, what's that going to be for the future of their team? I don't know, and I don't care. We're not going to talk about that right now.
Yeah.
But honestly, I mean, outside of just acting like a hater, I mean, it's obviously an amazing story. Like the only time we've ever seen this is, if anybody doesn't know, probably the ones who wouldn't know would be the 2020 NBA fans. would be this happened with Ken Griffey and Ken Griffey Jr. back in the 90s in baseball, in case anybody doesn't know who they are. So now, obviously, Ed and I weren't alive then when Ken Griffey and Ken Griffey Jr. played with each other. But from what I always heard and what I've seen online and videos of it, is that it was one of the biggest deals ever, especially in baseball. And now here we are, we're going to see it in basketball. Now, sure, LeBron hasn't officially signed yet, but he's going to. He's going to. And I mean, this picture alone is obviously just amazing to look at. I mean, just seeing Bronny now 20 years old, however old he is, and LeBron going to hit 40 next season, and they're going to be teammates.
Yeah.
And honestly, like, I can't even picture in my mind the two of them playing with each other on the court at the same time. Because and that's going to raise a whole different conversation of, will Bronny even get playing time?
Right.
Yeah, and like, honestly, again, I don't mean to sound like a hater, but I don't think he should.
Well, why should he? The guy shouldn't even be in the league.
So,
but you're gonna throw him out there, though.
Yeah. Okay. Honestly, would you rather have Austin Reeves out there or Bronny James?
Obviously, Reeves. if the Lakers are a serious franchise and want to freaking win some games, you're not gonna give Bronny James any minutes.
Alex Len or Bronny James?
Like Michael Len.
So, anyways, I mean, the point is that obviously it's going to be something that is going to be a storyline for the rest of the offseason when they're practicing with each other, when you see LeBron playing on the court, and then if the Lakers are blowing out a team in a regular season game, and then you got
Right.
Bronny on the court,
Yeah.
and
You can go ahead. You can do that then. Go ahead.
yeah,
And
and
LeBron can be on the floor and they can play together again.
yeah, and now you got JJ Redick coaching the Lakers. I
God.
mean, this could be a disaster. It's just going to be a
See,
disaster.
it is. It is. You have JJ Redick, who's literally just a personality. That's what it is. Sure, he played in the league. He had some
Yep.
decent years as a role player, but podcast, NBA Today, ESPN, and then he's head coach.
Well, thoughts on LeBron now officially sleeping with his teammate's mom. Well,
See, I'm sure
anyways,
he's cheated on her many times.
yeah, yeah. So, anyways, no other thoughts about the NBA draft. I don't really have an opinion to give about any of the other players.
Yeah.
Even anybody that the Suns drafted. But honestly, like I'm excited. I'm excited to see Bronny. I'm excited to see him and LeBron playing on the same team. It might be something we never see again in the NBA.
Yeah. I don't think we ever will.
No, I mean, it might be another 20, 30 years till we see in any sport. I mean, hockey, maybe, maybe baseball again. Who knows? Honestly, who knows?
Yeah. Yeah, it's just one of those things where that was really the biggest topic of conversation come out of the draft, and the fact that that's the biggest topic come out of the draft, sad. It's all you got to know about the draft. The draft was very lackluster. Not many people were familiar with the first two picks. The only reason why I was is because of NBA 2K, and is because of loading. It's because of loading the draft classes and playing franchise mode. That's the only reason why. That's the only reason why. So other than that, I would have no idea who Alex Sarr was. No idea. No. Number 2 pick. Wouldn't be able to tell you. But this is where the NBA is going.
One pick, freaking Zakari something.
Yeah, whatever his last name was.
Is that how you pronounce his first name? Zakari?
I couldn't tell you.
Because I don't think it's
Zakari, Zachariah.
yeah. It's definitely not Zachariah.
Yeah.
And honestly, I don't think it's Zachary. If anybody knows, let us know. But anyways.
Zachari? Yeah, I don't know. Honestly, I think it's Zakari. The guys could be a bust.
Yeah. Him or Anthony Bennett.
Yeah. Probably Bennett. But this is where the league's going. The league's going in a direction of overseas guys and these foreign guys and blah, 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 which is fine. But it's just the normal American person. Like, we can't watch these guys. We don't know anything about these guys till they come over. So the draft was underwhelming. Biggest story was LeBron's son getting drafted. We saw that coming a mile away. It's cool. It's a cool story. It's cool that is actually reality. At the same time, it's also embarrassing. And it's also sad because this guy has no business being in the NBA right now.
Yeah.
If anything, he should be in the G League.
Right.
Yeah.
Which he could be. Which honestly he could be.
Yeah.
But I mean JJ Redick's gonna be a shill. I mean, he's not him and LeBron have
be a shill. JJ Redick's not be the coach. JJ Redick's not the coach.
No. Him and LeBron Redick is with their own podcast together.
Yep. JJ Redick's there because he can talk, because he's a personality. LeBron's running the show. It's not him. It's not him. How many coaches has LeBron ran out throughout his career? He played for Mike Brown, and then he played for Spoelstra. After that, Cavs fired the freaking Russian coach after 1 year, went through Tyronn Lue, fired Vogel, fired Ham, now JJ Redick.
Yep. Was that guy's name David Blatch? Was that his name?
Yeah, that was his name. Yeah. Yeah.
God.
Yeah. So I don't know. It'll be interesting to see as that season goes on, like really what they're gonna do with Bronny and like him getting minutes. But other than that, it's kind of too bad that that's the biggest story coming out of the NBA.
Yeah, I mean, let's transition over to
we'll go over free agency. I have a page up Z that has every single thing that happened today. And
we can start with that.
Yeah, we will go through that. So hold on,
because I'm just kind of going down Adrian Wojnarowski's page.
No, this one's better. This one has everything because Wojnarowski doesn't have everything because he doesn't break everything.
Well, he should.
He doesn't though. He doesn't break everything. Shams also does. Legion Hoops that I have here has everything.
Yeah.
Okay. So NBA, today was the start of where NBA players could start talking to teams and negotiating and accepting contracts. It won't be official until the next day or two or whatever. But let's hit the refresh real quick. The latest news coming out is right here, Z.
Yeah, I mean, just go ahead and click on that picture real quick. I mean, God.
That is the latest news that came out 50 minutes ago.
Okay, here's the deal. Why are we hyping this up?
Couldn't tell you.
Why are we hyping this up? First of all, Chris Paul's going to be what, 39 next season? He's going to be 39. His level of impact and play has gone down significantly over the last 2 years, which is fine. He's getting old. But why are we hyping this up? First of all, why sign him for $11 million?
Right, right.
When
Like, if anything, I was thinking that he would get the vet minimum somewhere.
Right, $11 million. He's owed $30 million or something from Golden State for them waiving him. So, yeah, this guy's gonna make $40 million. Yeah, this guy's gonna be the Russell Wilson in the NBA this season. So, honestly, I mean, I don't know, dude. If anything with this is you have a 40-year-old and a 20-year-old play with each other next season.
Yeah.
And, you know, the Spurs aren't going to go anywhere unless they make another splash, unless they get Paul George, unless they get maybe Klay Thompson. You know, who knows? They're not really going to go anywhere next season. At least I wouldn't expect them to. However, bringing him around on a good side is going to bring a lot of experience to a team that has no experience.
Right.
Probably the youngest team in the league.
Arguably.
So,
sure.
Yeah. I mean, but honestly, just Chris Paul going there, I mean, yawn.
Yeah.
Yawn. It's going to be weird to see him in a Spurs.
I'd be excited if Paul was like 35.
Mm-hmm.
I think this would be cool. But I made the pitch and I sent it to you. Didn't really get anything back from you on that. But sent it to you about Chris Paul going back to the Suns.
Yeah.
And the reason why I said that was because he was going to be released. I was thinking he's probably going to get the veteran minimum. Obviously didn't.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought it made sense because the Suns need a point guard. They need a guy that's going to run an offense. Why not bring him back on a cheap contract for a year until you can kind of figure out what you're going to do in your future with the team?
Sure.
But obviously that's not coming to fruition now with this.
Yeah. No, I mean, yeah, so I'm saying, like, if right now in Chris Paul's career, if he would have signed with a contender, you know, maybe going back to the Suns, maybe not the Lakers. No,
they don't need him. No.
Stop falling in this. I don't know. I can't sit here and think of a team that he would fit, but yeah, I mean, it would make things a little more interesting. But this could be one of many moves for the Spurs. So you just kind of keep an eye.
Yeah, it could. They have a young team, so we'll see. Going on down, Z, we have another signing. Jonas Valanciunas signs a 3-year, $30 million deal with the Wizards. This was the guy LeBron actually wanted.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah,
but here's the thing: is that I'm not saying Valanciunas is a bad player. I mean, the guy averages a double every single season. However, to the Wizards,
yeah, a team that just has nothing going for him.
Nothing going for him.
Nothing.
Well, you got Kyle Kuzma.
Yeah, yeah.
Jordan Poole. Yeah, yawn. All right, moving on. Next. Congratulations.
Right. Going on next. Eric Gordon leaves the Suns.
Who did he sign with there?
Philadelphia.
Okay. Well, Eric Gordon was a waste of time with the Suns last season.
Well, he was, yes.
He was an absolute waste of time. The guy's in his mid-30s. He's about the same age as Kevin Durant. I was actually excited when the Suns signed him. But obviously the whole entire Suns team was a disaster. So right. It's a fine signing. It's fine. He's aging, but again, it's a fine signing for the Sixers.
Okay. Would you say, Z, this was an era?
God. Now, yeah, we can talk about this for a little bit.
Yeah.
Let's talk about this and why this was also just
abysmal. This was abysmal.
A joke to just how to build a team. This is not how you build a team.
Not at all. Not at all.
No, you don't trade for superstar players. You don't sign superstar players, and you don't load them up with Paul George and Kawhi Leonard and James Harden. You just don't do this. No. Speaking of James Harden, I know he resigned.
Yes,
but and I mean, end of an era.
What era?
Yeah, what era?
Was this 2 years?
It's got to be longer than that.
3 years?
I think so.
Yeah, and what do they accomplish?
Yeah, I mean, and just yeah, I really don't care about Paul George leaving the Clippers. I think he needs to go somewhere where he fits better than that. The the state of the Clippers. I mean, James Harden's re-signing. I thought Kawhi was supposed to be the face of the team, but it feels like it's Paul George now with him leaving. I don't know, dude.
Yeah.
But obviously, there's rumors here. You can drop that picture, and I'll show this one from Adrian that shows some of the interest who Paul George may go to. I think now this says honestly a few teams: the 76ers, the Magic. I'll just 76ers, Magic. He did meet with the Clippers, but there's probably no more with that.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, do you think he fits the Sixers or the Magic?
Well, when you look at the Magic, I could maybe see Orlando a little bit because again, they're a more youthful, young roster. So getting a more of a scorer in that lineup with Banchero would I don't really see how that wouldn't make sense. The Sixers thing I feel like is the more likely situation because he doesn't have a lot of suitors in general. Golden State was on the cusp of trading for him, but the Clippers didn't do it. So with him going the Sixers are letting go of Tobias Harris. They're going to bring in Paul
Please.
George. Yeah, they're going to bring in Paul George. So they're going to have 3 20-plus point scorers with their big three. But the thing is that, again, you look at like the Sixers, and I feel like that we've seen something like this before. Not from them, but we've seen like where you have kind of two like top guys with Maxey and Embiid, and then you bring in another guy who's more
Yeah.
of like on the veteran side because Embiid's not really a vet. Maxey's only like 23, 24 years old. Paul George is past 30. So it's just one of those
You wouldn't say
things.
Embiid's a vet. Embiid's past 30.
Embiid's past 30.
Yeah, he's like 31 now.
There's no way.
Yep.
There's no way he's past 30 years old.
Yep.
I don't believe that.
Well, I can pull it up live on this stream right now.
Yeah, all right. He's 30. He turned 30 this year.
Yep.
All right. So Embiid's a little bit more of a vet. I was thinking he was maybe like 28.
Yeah.
But to me, this gives off Chicago Bulls vibes. Paul George going to the Sixers because the Bulls have young talent on the roster, and they have a guy in Zach LaVine. Now, Zach LaVine's not in Tyrese Maxey. I'm not saying they're the same, but they're both 20-plus point scorers. The Bulls have a big contract with Nikola Vukovic when he was in his late 20s. And then they bring in DeMar DeRozan. And DeMar DeRozan and Paul George are close to the same age. And it just has not worked out for the Bulls at all. Now, Embiid's obviously a lot better than Vukovic, but Embiid also gets hurt a lot. So Embiid's not really that available all the time. So to me, it's giving Chicago Bulls vibes of where, okay, when you look at it, Maxey, George, Embiid, cool. But when you factor in some injury issues and when you factor into a guy, again, that's like 33, 34 years old, that's giving you about 20 points a game, that's really not the same defender he used to be with Paul George. It just doesn't give me the feeling of that's going to get the Sixers over the hump. Yeah. That's going to give them a 5 seed, but it's not going to get them past the second round.
No, I don't think so either. I mean, here's the thing. I was trying to find one other thing on it because I had it pulled up. The thing, dude, I feel like the thing about this free agency is like everybody that is talked about that be moved is all in their 30s. I mean, we don't really have someone that's like quote unquote in their upcoming prime.
For what? What is it?
I was talking about like what I always find interesting about NBA free agency is there's never a player in their, mid 20s that's gonna be a free agent because they all get this rookie max extension.
Right.
Every single one of them, I guess. So I guess there's unlimited money in the league.
That's what Kate Cunningham got.
That's awful.
Yeah,
that's awful.
Right here.
So
$226 million for 5 years.
Yeah. For how many wins do they get? So I don't know, dude. I mean, Paul George. I mean, he's a good player. Sure you can call him a star, but I don't know. I think if I'm gonna pick a team, I think I could see the Magic. I mean, like you fit in that kind of like. Why would you want to go with the Sixers, dude?
Like, I don't know. Yeah, I just don't see the Sixers winning anything with Embiid. I just don't.
No, I'm sorry. So I would rather see him go to the Magic. Now, like that brings up a guy like Klay Thompson that, I mean, I don't know, dude. I don't know where Klay Thompson would go. I mean, maybe the Mavs, but I mean, I don't think the Mavs really need a shooter. I've
I
heard
don't
Klay
think they
Thompson.
need him.
Yeah, Klay Thompson's like the same exact like predictions or same exact like kind of observations as like for Paul George, where it's like, oh, he could go to the Sixers. Oh, he could go to the Magic. Yeah, Caldwell Pope signed for $60 million.
Yeah, I know.
Well, he pretty much got a ring, and now he's making $60 million in Florida, so he's retiring.
Right.
Well, and what are your thoughts on? I'm trying to see if you find it down there. But what about Bol Bol resigning?
Yeah, Bobo.
You say no brain.
Yeah, no brain. It's fine move for them. They need a big guy. No brain. Definitely one of the dumbest guys in the league.
Oh,
Yeah.
what? Yeah.
Yeah, Brandon Ingram's probably gonna end up getting traded.
Yeah, as you should.
Yeah. They got DeJounte Murray yesterday, the Pelicans. So you're at Murray, you're gonna have McCollum. You move off Ingram. You're still holding out hope for Zion for some reason.
Yeah. I mean, talk about a joke.
Just a failed project.
Talk about a joke.
But yeah, Klay Thompson's been it's been reported multiple times that him and the Warriors are moving off of each other. We've seen teams like Dallas, we've seen the Sixers throw their name in the hat a little bit. The LA Lakers have thrown their name in the hat, and the Magic. Those are 4 teams that Klay Thompson's going to talk with in coming days. Z, I'll be honest with you, I think Klay goes to Lakers. I think he stays in California.
God.
LeBron has said that, this was said yesterday, that if the Lakers cannot grab one of these guys, and there was kind of a few bullet point guys, he's just going to sign the max for a 1-year deal. But he wants to create financial flexibility for the roster to at least get one more guy in there in terms of a reliable player. Klay Thompson, I think, fits that mold. He's a guy that you can plug in. The Lakers need better shooting. They need more shooting. And I think with Klay, the Lakers, especially if LeBron takes a little bit of a pay cut, can definitely afford with what he's going to command. Plays in his early 30s. He's not what he was with the Warriors, but he can still give you 17 a game. He can still give you 17 points. The Lakers need something like that. Again, it just speaks buying team, lack of development, blah blah blah. But the Lakers aren't. This is an exception I'll give for them. Is that the fact that with the position they're in, the Lakers are in a position where they're not rebuilding. They're not going to unload off Davis. They're not going to let LeBron go. So you have Anthony Davis and LeBron still there. So they need to, and you really have the rest of your team that it really honestly isn't very good. It's not. So this is kind of really when you have a situation like this of kind of 2-star players that are more on the aging side, but that you can still get high quality production from. This is the exception I'll make where you go get another guy and where you go spend money and go get another guy to elevate your roster. And I think Klay Thompson's the most likely guy to do that.
Sure.
Because the Lakers can't, if since they're bringing LeBron back. Now, if they weren't bringing LeBron back and they're entering a rebuild, different story. But the fact that they're bringing LeBron back and they're rolling again with Anthony Davis, they can't just wait another 2 years until guys develop. They can't. They want to win with these 2 guys. So you have Reeves still. You have Hachimura still. You got you drafted Dalton Connect in the draft, who will probably get some time. You have D'Angelo Russell still, who opted into $18 million, which he's trash anyway. You don't have a very strong bench. So they need to at least go get a guy like Klay Thompson, go get another reliable scorer.
Well, it's good to know it's just guard all in the team.
It is. It is guard.
Yeah.
So, but that's kind of where it's just what the Lakers have to do right now. And it's going to bite them in the ass, but it's what they got to do.
Yeah, that's fine.
So I say he goes to Lakers.
Yeah. I mean, just talk about a team that would have just no sense of what does that say right there?
2 year right
We're signing with the Heat.
I guess they want him, Z. I guess they do. I don't know.
We're signing with the Heat. Oh man.
Years.
Oh, enjoy that.
No.
Oh, enjoy that. I mean, when is the time?
No. Who is this?
I don't know. Who's that say?
Luke
Luke
Cornett,
Cornett. I don't know who that is.
whoever that is.
Yeah.
What do you think about
And
this contract for James Harden?
oh God,
2 years, $70 million.
35 million a year. Just how?
It's just horrific.
And it's another perfect example of just of how awful NBA contracts can truly
Oh,
be.
it's awful. It's absolutely awful.
Um,
What do you think about something like this?
I mean, well, I mean, so God, I mean, again, an aging veteran.
Yep.
We're gonna stay on the same topic here.
Yep.
Now, how would that even lineup even work out? You'd have Brooke Lopez and Anthony Davis
I
in,
guess. I
at
don't
the
know. I
same
mean, Lopez
time.
shoots threes now.
I mean,
Is
I mean,
not.
yeah, I know. I mean, you might as well be Robin on the team too.
Now, this was also been going around as well, that there's been some trades. I think Jeremy Grant could make sense for the Lakers.
Yeah, I guess, but I mean, yeah, I mean, again, but at this point, you'd be playing the same thing as last year, where LeBron's going to be your power forward and Anthony Davis your center.
And well, Jeremy Grant also has a pretty big contract too. So
Yeah, I mean, I can't really see that.
right. Let's take a look here. Maybe some other lower end moves that happened today. Z, thoughts on this? Do you think anybody's going to bring an offer for Ben Simmons?
Did he even play last year?
I don't know.
Like,
See, I feel like he hasn't played for 3 years.
and I don't know. I mean, it's a yearly offseason thing where we see the Ben Simmons videos of him grinding in the gym
Right.
and him hitting step back threes.
Right.
And then for some reason the base season comes around and then he sits out.
Right.
And I think about
Thoughts on this picture?
God, are you kidding me?
That's a real post.
Are you kidding me?
That's a real post.
What does that say? Caitlin Clark versus Diana Taurasi today. Let's go.
Let's take a look at the comments.
What is that one right there?
I'm not sure. It looks like it's an ad. Nobody really crazy.
No, it's just
Well, anyway, aside from that, we're not talking about
degenerates.
WNBA.
Yeah, no, we're not.
I don't really know. There's been some mention of the Jazz with Paul George. I just don't see it. Obi Toppin. Here's a low end guy, another low end role player getting a big deal.
Yep.
Worthless.
4 years. What was that? 8 million?
60.
60.
Yeah. We look at, let's see. There's another rookie max of 205, 5-year for Tyrese Maxey.
What if like he already got one?
No, he hasn't yet.
Hmm.
Donovan Mitchell, a possible 4-year 209 max.
I thought he was getting traded.
Yeah, well, I mean, we've been hearing that the last 3 years. Let's see here.
I think that's kind of all the news on the offseason so far. I mean, a lot of it's
really
obviously been about Paul George.
Thoughts on the Suns giving Royce O'Neal $44 million?
God. I mean, again, the thing is about this video is it's not going to be about the Phoenix Suns.
No.
But I mean, what an F minus signing.
Just awful.
Just F minus.
They couldn't use $11 million somewhere else. They couldn't have used $11 million on a point guard.
Yep. Well, they could have used on Chris Paul because Chris Paul signed for $11 million.
I don't know.
Just horrendous. I mean, literally building the same exact team, man. Same exact team. You're bringing back no brain, and now
I'm actually okay with him returning.
Yeah, so am I actually, because I actually wish he kind of got a chance last season.
He's a lot better than Mo Bamba,
right? And now you re-sign Royce O'Neal. And what's funny is obviously I was looking at the tweets. People were saying like, "Oh, solid role player." Really helped out the bench coming in last season.
Yeah.
Just issues, degenerates, brainwashed.
Yep.
Were many words that we've used on this channel before.
Yep. All right, I'm gonna pull up as we'll kind of transition off of the free agency topic, or we'll kind of really before we transition off the video. I'm going to bring up one more thing, Z, where it is a list of NBA free agents, and I'm going to ask you where you see a couple of these names going.
All right. I'm
going on
actually
with
I'm
there?
actually being serious. I'm actually gonna try to guess.
Right. Okay. So just going through the list, we're just going to kind of really hit the main names.
Yeah, not Jay
That's actually
Crowder.
worth. Yeah, Jay Crowder, no. But let's go with DeMar DeRozan. So he's a free agent after being in Chicago. When you look at the landscape of the NBA, maybe a possible team, DeMar DeRozan still gives over 20 a game. What would be a team in your eyes that would make sense for him to go to?
DeMar DeRozan. I'll say 2 teams like per player. You're gonna say here for DeMar DeRozan. I'll say, um, hmm, interesting player. For DeMar DeRozan, I can see the Warriors. I'll say the Warriors is one of them. And then for like a second team, I don't know. I'll go with like I feel like he would also sign with like a shitty team, you know. So that I'll say one good team. I'll say one good team, which Warriors. I think I could see him going back to the Spurs.
The Spurs would make sense. The Spurs need some scoring, especially with their forward positions. Keldon Johnson, I don't know. He doesn't really
No,
offer that.
no.
Spurs make sense. Another team I was thinking about, I could definitely see them replacing Paul George with DeMar DeRozan in LA.
Mm.
I could definitely see it. I could definitely see the Clippers doing it, and Steve Ballmer and everybody else being like, oh, just panicking and not having anybody to fill those shoes. So they go out and get DeRozan, who still can score. So I'm going to say he goes to Clippers. So let's continue on down this list a little bit.
Taj Gibson.
I guess he's still in the league. All right, what about Buddy Hield, Z? Let's go with Buddy Hield.
Buddy Hield can go to anybody that would need his kind of play style. Like, I would not gonna say Memphis because they have Marcus Smart, but I'll say a team like I'll say a team like I'll go like Dallas. I'll say
Okay.
Dallas.
Not bad, not bad. I could maybe see a team like that. Let's continue to go on here. What about Len?
Yeah, there he is. Yeah, there he is.
What about JaVale McGee, Z? What about some JaVale McGee?
Oh, good God. You got him and Alex Len were on the same team last season?
I guess.
They're both on
the
Sacramento?
Kings. Yeah.
That's bad.
Both on the Kings, Z.
I mean, I'll be honest. I'm looking at these names just going down. I mean, this is horrendous.
Obviously, this is awful.
This is horrendous.
This is an awful list of guys right here.
Yeah. I don't think we have any interest about any of these guys.
No, we don't. Emmanuel Quickly is already going to re-sign with the Raptors.
Mm-hmm.
On a big deal. Pascal Siakam went back to Indiana.
Yep. Resigned.
Klay Thompson we talked about. Valanciunas we mentioned.
What about Ish Wainwright?
Yeah, Ish Wainwright.
Oh, man. Yeah, I mean, now we're just getting a territory where it's just like yawn.
Yeah, I know.
So,
let's see if there's anybody here. What about Anunoby obviously went back. Z, what do you think is going to go on with Lonzo Ball here?
oh God, and I really don't care. Old news. Old news. If anybody gives him more than $5 million a year, it's a mistake.
Yeah, I agree, 100%. This is somebody right here, Z. I think the Suns should look at is Reggie Jackson.
I agree.
I think that the reason why, and you'll have these Suns fans, oh my God, Reggie Jackson, really? Well, we got Bradley Beal. Yeah, you got Bradley Beal.
Bradley
okay,
Beal.
Sure. Give me a break.
Can't wait to watch it again next season.
Yeah,
Can't
exactly.
wait.
The Suns need to go get a point guard, and the Suns aren't going to have a lot of money unless maybe they move off a Nurkic or something like that to create a little bit more money. And then obviously giving Royce O'Neal $11 million. Reggie Jackson makes sense on a cheap contract.
Yeah, he does.
Start him at point guard. Who else we got here? What about Russell Westbrook, Z? What do you think goes on with him? The LA Clippers are shopping him and trying to move off of his remaining contract. So what do you think goes on there?
Go Russell Westbrook. I mean, again, it's just
he can be a free agent, but he has a player option. So if he accepts into that player option, the Clippers will probably try to trade him.
Yeah. I mean, if the Suns even try to go for that guy, I won't watch a game next season. I can promise you that.
You know, there's gonna be fans. I love it. Oh, look at the team. Westbrook and Durant are back.
Yep, they're back together.
Yep. Yep.
Oh, this is 2010 all over again.
Yep.
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 So
Perfect.
I don't know. I don't really care where Russell Westbrook goes. I mean, I actually kind of like Russell Westbrook, and a lot of people don't, but I actually kind of like him.
Yeah. Well, I think Westbrook just needs to realize, you know, time's ticking here.
It is.
I appreciate him, what he's done in his career. I think he's been a great talent. I think he's a Hall of Fame player, 100%. He has been just an all-around monster as in his prime as a point guard, a scorer, a rebounder. Got a little bit better as a passer as time went on. Still just not a very good shooter, but just very definitely electrifying in a lot of years. So I appreciate him, but he's in the same spot to me as Carmelo Anthony was the last few years of his career, bouncing around, coming off the bench, giving you 10 a game. Yeah, like it's just how it is. So I don't know. Guys must be okay looking like a shell of themselves rather than ending on a high note. I don't know. That's just me. But we'll see what goes on continually with NBA free agency. Z, any final thoughts here? As we're about almost 50 minutes in.
Not really. Not really. I mean, just I feel like a lot of the conversation was around Bronny, and I mean, again, just if you're an NBA fan, just really open your eyes. Yeah. If watching the presidential debate didn't open your eyes, then I don't know what will. So.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. Well, ladies and gentlemen, there you have it. So those are mine and Z's thoughts on really the kickstart of NBA free agency. There'll be some more news in the coming days. We'll kind of see where some of these guys go, George, Clay, et cetera, et cetera. And if there's any trades, Brandon Ingram. I don't know. The Warriors still trying to shop Andrew Wiggins, try to get off that contract. So who knows what's going to happen? But still some big moves that happen today. But we'll see what happens in the coming days. And we're looking at it right here, everybody. A naked dog. You guys have seen it. A purebred naked dog, everybody. Just right here in front of your eyes.
Enjoy that, ladies and gentlemen. Enjoy looking at that, and that's what's going to be in your nightmares tonight. Enjoy the rest of your night, guys.
Oh, just the golden face and just the bald body. Oh, that is horrific. Have a good night, everybody.